Latest price of cooking gas drops to average of 12,500 naira per 12.5 kg as crude oil prices stay above $83 per barrel. As the world celebrates International Women's Day, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency empowers women. And attention on Business Express is on women and their contribution to socio-economic development. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Benny Adams saying Happy Women's Day. I will start by telling you that the Central Bank of Nigeria says a foreign portfolio inflow into Nigeria surged to $2.3 billion in the first 2 months of 2024, compared to $3.9 billion recorded in 2023. The acting director of corporate communications at the CBN, Hakama Sidi Ali, disclosed this on Thursday. She noted that foreign investors purchased more than $1 billion in Nigerian assets in February alone. She said the surge in foreign investors' interest in Nigeria has led to total portfolio flows reaching $2.3 billion in 2024. Meanwhile, the Apex Bank said diaspora remittances surged by 443% to $1.3 billion in February. In view of the fact that women make up 72% of the macro, small and medium enterprises in Nigeria, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, SMEDEN, advocates programs and policies that support and prioritize women. Director General of SMEDEN, Charles Odi, who led the agency's engagement program organized to celebrate International Women's Day, canvassed access to capital, access to workspace and work support, as well as engagement that will ensure women-owned businesses have opportunities and access to both local and foreign markets.
We've set up a women desk, dedicated women desk for women. We're doing 5 things with that desk. First, we're democratizing access to finance for women. All the women-owned entrepreneurs. We have different schemes. One has been announced by His Excellency the President, which is the loans for businesses in manufacturing, small businesses, and also grants for women-owned businesses and nano businesses at the bottom of the pyramid, right?
Women are the developers of every economy, so they ensure that whatever they do, women benefit. Because if you give a woman 10 naira, she will multiply it. If you give a woman anything, she will multiply.
Now, International Business Express continues after this break. Good to have you. Good to know you're still here. And we start by telling you that the United Nations Food Agency's World Price Index fell in February for a 7th consecutive month as lower prices for all major cereals more than offset the rising price of sugar and meat. The Food and Agriculture Organization's price index, which it tracks the most globally traded food commodities, averaged 117.3 points in February, down from a revised 118.2 points the previous month. The February reading was the lowest since February 2021. The cereal index fell 5% month on month in February to stand 22.3% below its level a year ago. Vegetable oil prices fell 1.3% to stand at 11% below year-ago levels amid prospects for abundant South America supplies. The UN agency's sugar index, by contrast, rose 3.2% month-on-month. Now, on the way to grow Nigeria's industrial capacity and tackle the challenge of unemployment is ensuring sufficient power supply. This view was promoted by lawmakers during plenary Thursday when Senator Ned Nwoko raised a motion in relation to supply of electricity by independent power plant to its host community in Delta State.
Ever conversation that will bring about efficiency, adequacy in electricity for our country, because we can't move an inch to industrialization if we don't have that. It's something that we should continue to debate until we get it right there.
The entire privatization that was done, who is sadly what? Because if you go into the details, Mr. President, you will find that in the name of private sector injection or participation in this system, public funds have actually been used to bail out private people, and the country is still in the dark.
I don't want to say that there's something wrong with our system, but I think it was also because of this same thing, privatization. So we seem to take a step forward and 2 steps backwards. We take a step forward and 2 steps backwards in the country. So I don't see why, when other countries were using nuclear to even get to give power to their people, they will say, don't touch nuclear, so that you remain a dark continent. Now they are moving from nuclear to green energy. They are now telling you, because they've developed themselves.
Now, oil prices were little change on the day on Friday as investors digested the hints of looming interest rate cuts in the United States and Europe. Brent crude futures were up 0.24% at $83.16 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 22 cents to $79.15. WTI had traded over $1 higher than previous settlement at its intraday peak earlier in the session. Now, on Commodities Watch, spot gold was flat at 2,157.32 cents per ounce on Friday. U.S. gold futures were flat at $2,164.60. Let's now take a trip to the commodities market. While we look forward to the outcome of transactions at the markets today, the equities market in Nigeria closed on a positive note. Okay, this Friday, as the NGX All Share Index increased to 1,001, 330.85 basis points. Now it stood at 358,122 in 10,786 deals. Now, equity capitalization advanced to 57.293 trillion naira. A quick look at the global stocks that hit record highs ahead of U.S. payrolls data. Bosede Abel is standing by. Bosede, what's the market looking like at this point?
Hello, Benny. Well, the U.S. S&P 500 futures were little changed this Friday as traders await the release of February's jobs report. The Dow Jones Industrial Average top 130 points, S&P 500 1.03%, and Nasdaq Composite also top 1.51%. Asia market rose after comments from U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that interest rate cuts may not be too distant if inflation signals support policy easing. The Nikkei top 1.07% across 7,847. The Shanghai Composite 0.61% at 3,046.202. And the Hang Seng Index also followed suit at 0.76% across 16,353.39. Most European markets turned flat Friday with investors digesting the European Central Bank's update inflation forecast and looking ahead to new U.S. job reports. DAX dipped 0.05%, FTSE 0.37%, and CAC 40 of France top 0.25% across 8,036.13. Africa market closed mixed with South Africa's JSE Africa top 40 at 67,144.38 basis points. Nairobi's all-share top 0.48% at 94.90% basis point, and the Namibia's all shares index top 0.04% across 1,543.23, while Tunisia and Ghana closed the last trading day of the week negative. That's the global market review. I am Bosede Abel. Back to you, Benny.
Thank you, Bosede, for that update. And taking a look at the currency market, Naira stays above 1,600 to $1 as traders await another circular this Friday. Let's see how much the Naira is exchanging for other currencies around the world. This is where we end today's edition of Business Express. A fresh edition comes your way on Monday at 3 p.m. I am Benny Adams saying Happy Women's Day and keep thinking and doing business.